Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the program, everybody. On another day of being throttled by Facebook. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Good to have you with us today. Welcome to the program. God bless you. God bless you. It's Thursday, February, 4th. Well, then, told there's people popped on at the same time. Hello, Friday Eve. Thank you. Welcome to the program today. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. The telephone number to call is 850-771-0049. I got tons of video today. Tons. Good stuff. And we may get to all of it. I don't know. It's all up in the air. But it's another day of Joe Biden writing his name. Someone posted yesterday, he's spending so much time writing his name on these executive orders. Maybe they could teach him shapes and colors now. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the program. Your forecast for today. It's going to be partly cloudy this morning. Few showers developing during the afternoon. High near 67. The chance of rain about 30%. Then tonight, cloudy skies early. Then off and on rain. Showers overnight. Rain about 70%. Then tomorrow, rain high near 58. Chance of rain 70%. Rainfall near 1/4 inch tomorrow. So keep that in mind. It is 35 in Milton, 46 Gulf Breeze, 38 in Navarre, and 39 in Pensacola. How you doing today? Blessings all around. Heaping blessings on you. All right. It's got a guy out here. All right, let's get started and take your phone calls again, 850-771-0049. Wait, Joe Biden didn't say about Trump, only a dictator governs. Yes, I know, but that was Trump. He is not creating law. He is undoing bad, I don't know, he's crazy. It doesn't apply to him. Yeah. All right. Escambia County COVID daily hospitalizations have fallen below 200 this week for the first time since the year began. It's a crazy graph. Here's this graph. Let me get it so you can see it. So you can see they list the days. The hot days are in red. The low days are in yellow. There are 180 people currently hospitalized due to COVID-19 in Escambia County on Wednesday. COVID-19 hospitalizations between the three local hospital systems are starting to slowly go down, but we still want to get back to the 50 to 75 range. That's according to Pensacola Mayor Grover Robinson. So, but Grover, you said before that you wanted to get the curve down below, whatever it was, 10. And we did that and nothing changed. So what does getting it below 80 do? What is that going to cause? 50, 75 range. It's important that we continue to work together to bring these numbers down for our community and for our hospitals. Please be vigilant. Take preventive actions, including wearing a mask, social distancing, and washing your hands often. Numbers in the graph indicate daily hospitalizations in Escambia County and are provided daily by Ascension Sacred Heart Baptist Hospital and West Florida Hospital. The daily numbers are not cumulative. So, to what end? All right. So everybody's wearing masks. I see people wearing masks. So why are the numbers going up? If we're hot in this thing, this far into it, it should be gone. If masks work. If masks work, this thing should be gone. Not increasing. I could get it if it happened before we started wearing the mask. But once the masks were started, it should have gone down. If the masks work. It's not. Masks don't work. Remember when we first started this thing? got to wear gloves. You got to wipe down surfaces and it spreads on surfaces. Well, it doesn't. They said, no, it doesn't really spread that way. But people are still wiping stuff down. But it doesn't spread that way. Dumb. Remember seeing all the gloves? People come out of Walmart or Publix or whatever, and you see rubber gloves all over the ground where people peeled them off and just threw them on the ground? And that went away very quickly. Because why? Because that wasn't how it spread. Masks do not work. They do not work. Numbers are going up because it's flu season. I agree with you, Elizabeth. I agree with you. This is flu is what most people are experiencing. 850-771-0049. I'm not a doctor. I play one on TV. I'm just saying. But they said there's no contamination with the gloves. There's no reason to wear gloves because there's no contamination on surfaces. Remember, they said it'll last for 3 days on this, 2 days on this one, 8 hours on this, right? Remember? And then all that one, they said it doesn't. It doesn't do that. So what is the point? What is the point? It went away. The masks, they're going to continue that. Oh, our wonderful committee, the citizen committee for the police in Pensacola. They got that group together because they wanted a citizens police advisory committee. They met Tuesday night, and there's a new recommendation to remove a controversial piece of the city's police badges. They recommended that the city remove the Confederate flag from the police badge. Now, I want you to look at this. There you go. Remove the Confederate flag from the badges. All but one member of the committee approved the vote to recommend the city remove the Confederate flag from the police badge. There's one person with some common sense. The badge displays the 5 flags that Pensacola residents know as a staple for the city's history, but the chair of the committee says the flag doesn't represent the city anymore. According to members of the committee, history doesn't represent our city. According to members of the committee, the vote was a common sense measure that required little research. I can tell you that there was no research. It required little research. We didn't even have to think about this. It's a no-brainer. The committee says the recommendation falls in line with the current city policy, which outlaws the Confederate flag from city buildings. Chairman Drew Buchanan says the committee has no actual teeth when it comes to final decision-making process. They'll simply present their recommendations to the mayor, who can choose to ignore it. But committee members say it's a decision that's 200 years overdue. Now, besides the idiots on the Citizen Advisory Committee, I want to ask you a question. We see police officers every day. Yes? You talk to them, you see them in cars, whatever. How many of you have looked at the badge and said, wow, I can't have that? It's exactly, John, that was my thing. Can someone please point out the Confederate flag on the badge? Anybody? There's nothing on this badge to offend anyone. That is exactly that's exactly my point, Kim. Who is going to stand and stare at the badge and go, oh my gosh, you've got a Confederate flag on that badge? Nobody. No one. That is the kind of stupidity on this Citizen Advisory Committee. What a colossal waste of time. That is a colossal waste of time. I know. It is the worst. These people are the lowest. It required little research. We didn't even have to spend any time really thinking about this because we're that dumb, is what they're saying. Wow. Now, it it's not the battle flag. It's not the Confederate battle flag. But there you go. So you can see what kind of nonsense we're dealing with from this citizen. I don't want them representing me. I don't want idiots like this representing me. Do you? Wow. Holy mackerel. Can we have somebody with there's one person with brainwaves on that committee. The only one that said, no, let's not do that. And like, oh, no, we're going to do that because it's virtue signaling. Gulf Power customers are demanding answers after getting unexpectedly high power bills. Gulf Power says they've started working with customers. However, the company's not changed its tune. It says it's usage. One customer said their bill, it's a Emitrio Beto, his power bill is typically around $170, but this month it was $2,500 or more. I'm like, this is outrageous, he said. It seems like I was paying the neighborhood's power bills for the month. He's one of several dozen Gulf Power customers who've contacted Channel 3 wondering why the bills are so high. Company says they're working with customers, but Beto says he was told not to worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll work with you. We'll spread it out over 18 years. We'll fix it, he said, but nothing's been done yet. Channel 3 checked with Florida Public Service Commission, which regulates utility companies. 60 complaints have been filed against Gulf Power since December 25th. Since December. 25 of them were filed within the past week. Only 32 were filed against the company in the entirety of last year. Any concern that we get, we're looking into from, including those from Public Service Commission. And so far, all of those accounts we've looked into had the concern about a high bill. It tied directly back to their higher usage than they expected due to weather. Now, let me tell you something. In what world? I don't care. It's wintertime, right? You're not going to run. The difference from this year to last year is not going to be $2,300, $2,350. It's not. It's not. There's no possible way you can run your heater that much. The weather is not going to do that. Just put some pencil to paper and figure it out. It doesn't work that way. And if it does, you've got some kind of crazy algorithm at Gulf Power. Solar is probably the way to go. It is crazy. Right. You do expect it to go up a little bit. We're running the heater a little bit more. But no, not $2,300. Oh. It's you. It's not us. It's you. It can't be us. Oh, this is a weird one. Did I get her picture? Here she is. This is a cantonment woman, and she punched and spit on an elderly woman. Why do you ask? Because the elderly woman bumped her car into her car. Incident happened after a minor vehicle collision in the Dollar General parking lot on Highway 29 near North Tate School Road. The 72-year-old victim said she was turning her car around when she accidentally hit another car. Alicia Jarvis got out of the car and violently punched her in the face before spitting on her. Jarvis told police she cussed at the woman but never punched her. But a witness was able to confirm the victim's story. Oh, no, I saw it. Jarvis is charged with battery on a person 65 years or older and was released on bond. Wow. I wonder about people. I wonder about people. The bill will not increase 10 times for 30-degree weather. You are correct. When Gulf Power sold out to the bigger company, I knew it'd be like this. I didn't know it'd be like that. Is electric $2,500? How are they targeting conservatives? I don't know. On the woman that punched the elderly woman, anger issues. She's got probably more than that. Why is it with the temperature in the country right now, not weather-wise, but emotional-wise, Washington, D.C. has stirred this. With the temperature in the country this way, it seems like it is so easy for people to go, I'm going to punch you in the face. I don't know. Kevin says that rates are higher since Florida Power bought Gulf Power. All I know is that people can't take $2,500 electric bills. They can't. Can't do it. There's no way that you can take a $2,500 electric bill. 850-771-0049. As of Tuesday, more than 1.3 million Floridians have received their first dose of a vaccine. The report also shows that only 66,000, or just under 5%, are Black. That's according to the Florida Department of Health. Of the 28,000 people vaccinated in Escambia County so far, more than half, or nearly 15,000, have been white, and only 2,600 of those who gave their race have been Black. Another barrier people of color face in accessing the vaccine is trust in the healthcare system. Continually, communities of color have posed resistance to the vaccination. It's been due to previous experiences for communities of color. Well, they've been lied to before. They're trying to lessen the concern for the community, so they bring forth information, access. So, the Black community does not trust the vaccine. But wait, there's more. New data suggests the majority of staff in Florida's nursing homes and assisted living facilities chose not to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Governor DeSantis says it's nearly every day his press conference that's protecting seniors is his focus. But numbers suggest that most of the people who care for seniors in the Florida facilities turn down the opportunity to get the vaccine. Both residents and the staff are not required. Department of Health says only 32% of nursing home residents and 20% of assisted living facility residents turn the vaccine down. However, 64% of the nursing home staff and 66% of assisted living facility staff turn down the vaccine. According to the Florida Assisted Living Association, which represents over 20% of the state's assisted living facilities, those numbers were likely submitted from people that are hesitant about the vaccine. You think? I think some people are hesitant for the same reason a lot of people are hesitant. It's just like overall trust in the vaccine and the safety of it because it's very new. We really don't know what those reactions or side effects are going to be. Well, maybe they just don't trust the government and the urge. Maybe they've seen your track record. Maybe they understand that, well, getting the flu vaccine doesn't mean you're not going to get the flu. It just means it's lessened. And they tell you there's a 90% efficacy rate. Now, all that's going out the window. A 90% efficacy rate. No, there's not. It's all bogus. They're playing with the numbers. People are getting Bell's palsy. People are dying. No, it has nothing to do with the vaccine. But people don't trust you. Washington, D.C. and Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi. People don't trust you. They don't trust you. So when you say, trust us, they're not going to trust you. And God bless President Trump for pushing it through. But it doesn't mean that it's safe. If we can't trust the election process, what makes the government think we should trust them with our health? Point. Great point. I'm not taking a vaccine backed by Bill Gates, who says the earth is overpopulated. But you've got healthcare people that are like, no, thank you. No, thank you. What would make you trust it? What would make you trust it? Maybe here are several things that would make me trust it. I'm still not going to take it. But here's some things that would probably make me feel a little bit better. Number one, give it a track record. Allow some time. The second thing is, give me some real numbers on COVID. Not the made-up crap you're pushing down my throat. I don't want that. I want real, actual numbers. Verified numbers. Not Fauci stuff. Not no, we've got 450,000 dead. No. I want real numbers. Take out people who died from cancer. Take out people who died from car wrecks and motorcycle accidents and gunshot wounds, suicides. Take all that out. I want people who died from COVID. Not with COVID, but from or of. That's what I want. We are living in scary times. It is wild. Some healthcare facilities are requiring the vaccine. Well, I will tell you this. If they require the vaccines, I imagine that there'll be some people that quit. You could get a job down the road. Extreme brainwashing would make you trust it. Well, the realities would make you trust that. Sister was told, take the vaccine, don't have a job. What does your sister do? You don't tell me where she works. Just tell me, what does she do? What is her job title? But I would... But look, get a job down the road. If it's a healthcare thing, you can get a job somewhere else. Faye's making me take it. Okay. All right, Stephen, give us an update. Because I know somebody in the media business, and he posted that he took it, and he felt horrible. Temperature, bones ache. He said it was brutal. So let me know. I'm praying for you. I'm not trying to dissuade you from it. I just want your update. So you give us an update, Stephen. And after you get it, call us. I want you to call in and talk about it. I want the numbers of people who died after vaccination. You'll never get that, Elizabeth. Ever. If they took all the deaths that are not COVID, they wouldn't be able to. Well, I know that's truth, but that would make me trust them more. So she's a pharmacy tech. Well, yeah, they've got to make them take it. Well, I took it. I guess. She said it was awful. Yeah. It wreaks havoc on your system. I'm not taking a shot for a virus that you have to be tested for to see if you have it. And then it still has a 98 point, survival rate. Why? Doctor had issues too. What is that, James? I don't know what that means, James. So, can you trust the vaccine? Can you actually trust the vaccine? I don't know. A lot of people don't. You see this. You see the Black community doesn't. You see the assisted living and nursing home facility workers don't. And look, that was the big thing at the beginning. They were touting the numbers from the deaths of nursing home facility workers, right? That was part of, these people worked in a nursing home facility and they died. Due to healthcare privacy laws do the healthcare privacy laws prevent employers to demand you get this shot? No, I don't think so. But common sense does. And the vaccine manufacturers have total immunity. They do. All right. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Community leaders in Pensacola on Wednesday continued with their commitment to working to end gun violence. That included law enforcement, the mayor, and mental health counselors. That was their second meeting because they accomplished so much at the first meeting. And they're already planning for a third. They are committed to getting work done. The focus Wednesday was putting resources on the table. Everyone had the opportunity to talk about what they're doing to solve the problem, as well as what they could do to help others with their efforts. This was a follow-up on the meeting they held on Martin Luther King Jr. Day about 2 weeks ago. The idea, listen to this. Hold on to your hats, kids. The idea originally came from the National Movement for Human and Civil Rights, suggesting communities across the country start conversations about race and violence. Is the violence in the area, Escambia County, because there's a shooting du jour. There's shootings every day. So is it race? Anybody? I didn't read in there what to do about the drug problem or the gang problem. It's about race and violence. Well, violence, yes. We got to start conversations. Like Grover's Facebook Live, where he paraded out mamas to tell their stories about. No, you tackle the crime. You tackle the crime. And you get rid of the drugs. Exactly, Kate. It's drugs. It is drugs. Get the drugs under control. Let them know we don't tolerate that. And you start having harsher penalties. I'm done. Now, the shooting in Cantonment was domestic violence, where the mama and her boyfriend shot the daughter's boyfriend. That was domestic violence. But increasingly, you are seeing these young men shot. They're not cooperating with the police, right? When they do survive. That's drugs. That's gangs. We know this. I'm not hyper educated, but I can read. I can form a critical thought. I get it. It's drugs and gangs. It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with quick cash. And you need to let the police and the sheriff's office do what they need to do and open up a can on these guys and take care of business. I don't, you don't want to do it because it happens. It happens all over. Drugs draws all kinds of people. Jeff says, it's curious we could develop a vaccine in 10 months versus the normal 5 to 7 years. I wonder, since it was a man-made virus, did this make the vaccine easier to develop? Did we get the virus info from Chicoms? Trillions of dollars of political power in the mix. I don't know. So, but what they're saying is because we already had the processes down for vaccines, it was easy. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that'll get rid of the crime. Because you decriminalize drugs, gets rid of the crime. Let's make everything legal. And there's no more crime. Doesn't that make things easier? You get rid of the laws. There's no more laws. And so nothing's a crime. And we have zero crime rate. Right? That's how it works. But they're talking about it. They're having conversations. Look, we talked yesterday. Was it yesterday? About the homeless underneath the bridge in the park. But local nonprofit is stepping up to help the homeless community in need under the I-110 overpass, after the city announced its closure for cleanup. The mission for opening doors at Northwest Florida is accomplished through the coordinated entry system, Reach, Respond, Restore, and that's what the organization's been working to achieve. They went down there to see what they could do to help. And I'm glad that they did. They're a great group. They've helped more than 78,000 people overcome homelessness across Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. So since the announcement of the Hollis Williams Park closure, they went down and asked questions. Do you have a tent and blankets? Are you wanting to get a job? Are you chronically homeless? Now, many people declined to take the assessment. They didn't want to answer the questions. I don't know what to think about that, but there you go. They are down there trying to do what they can. And good. We should support groups like Opening Doors and Waterfront that do the hard work. On January 29th, the Santa Rosa County Chamber of Commerce, let me find my picture. Here we go. I'll get out of the way. The Santa Rosa County Chamber held their 84th annual Community Awards and Board Installation Luncheon. The event held at the Santa Rosa County Auditorium recognized the outgoing Chamber Board of Directors and installed the new board. The highlight of the event was the announcement of 10 awards to individuals, businesses, and organizations serving Santa Rosa County. Categories included Business of the Year, Volunteer of the Year, and induction into the Chamber Hall of Fame. The City of Milton was selected for the 2020 Community Achievement Award. The award citation read by Board Chairman Terry Miller stated, "Investing in our youth and our young at heart is always good. Investing in their health and emotional well-being is great. It's a known fact that communities who provide a variety of outdoor activities are attractive to families that support local businesses, and these successful businesses help provide a healthy and prosperous economy." So some of the things that they talked about was the BMX track that opened in September and other stuff that's coming. So great job on that. We appreciate all the work that went into that. All right, so this is interesting. Emily Spencer, the office manager for the Santa Rosa County Board of County Commissioners, recently retired, and Santa Rosa County only advertised internally for a chief of staff. Spencer made $55,972.80 when she retired. The newly created position will pay nearly $70,000. The job closed on January 26th. Only 3 current employees applied: Natasha Borneo, Jared Lowe, Sabrina White. The candidates are being reviewed at this time, according to the Human Resources Department. Now, is it closed? Is it closed? Can somebody else apply for that? Somebody outside? Why would you not open that up? I find that interesting. Okay. 850-771-0049. This is kind of interesting. An 18-year-old University of Tampa freshman is set to appear on Shark Tank. So she invented a scrunchie that helps double as a protective cap for drinks. I'm going to show you just a little piece of this clip because it's I'm running out of time. Oops.
Your wrist or in your hair.
There's more than meets the eye here.
You pull out this fabric.
One pull and this scrunchie puts a cap on bad intentions.
I came up with nightcap because I had a friend who was roofied, and at the time I was 16, I was a junior in high school.
Now 18, University of Tampa freshman Shira Bennard turned her prototype invention into a business, one she hopes will protect and prevent drink spiking.
Every day I get DMs on Instagram saying thank you so much for what you're doing. This happened to me, like a bunch of stories that are just really unfortunate to hear, but it happens all the time.
She hopes nightcap.
So they're going on Shark Tank, and that happens tomorrow night. So good for them. I hope the best for them. That sounds like it's kind of a cool thing. I could see bars buying that and selling them. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. 850-771-0049. I am wildly running out of time. Holy smokes. Where did it go? Florida Republican Matt Gaetz on Wednesday offered to represent former President Donald Trump in his second impeachment trial, telling Fox News he'd be willing to resign from his seat in the House of Representatives if asked to join the Trump legal team. Gaetz told Fox News Wednesday he's not been asked to join the former president's defense, but offered to do so. I only regret I have but one political career to give to my president. Will he or won't he, or will they or won't they ask him? AOC is facing criticism over initial claims about the January 6th Capitol riots, with many noting that she wasn't even in the Capitol when they occurred. She was like, they were banging on my door. Where is she? They said. And she was traumatized. Here is another video from AOC talking more about this.
There was no partner, was not yelling, Capitol Police, etc., etc. But then it didn't feel right, because he was looking at me with a tremendous amount of anger and hostility.
This is an officer, and she's like, he's looking at a tremendous amount of anger because probably your deep stupidity, but.
And things weren't adding up. Like, there was no partner there. And no one was yelling. He wasn't yelling like, this is Capitol Police, this is Capitol Police. And he was looking at me in all of this anger and hostility. And at first, in my brain and in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I just came from this super intense experience just now. Maybe I'm reading into this, right? Like, maybe I'm projecting.
She was doing, if you remember, Jussie Smollett, when he was telling his lie, he kept looking the same direction, up and to the left, up and to the left, up and to the left.
Maybe I'm projecting like something onto him that like, maybe I'm just seeing anger, but maybe he's not trying to be angry. But I talked to G, my legislative director, after the fact, and he said, no, I didn't know if he was there to help us or hurt us either. And
but she wasn't even in the building. So there you go. AOC, brain trust of the Democratic Party, makes you feel great, doesn't it? Democratic Rep Maxine Waters of California Tuesday said she thinks former President Donald Trump should be charged with premeditated murder over the deadly riots at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. He absolutely should be charged with premeditated murder because of the lives that were lost for this invasion with his insurrection. She's assuming many things. For the President of the United States to sit and watch the invasion and the insurrection and not say a word, because that's a lie. You're lying, Mad Max. He absolutely initiated it. Some of them said he invited us to come. We're here at the invitation of the President of the United States. 5 people, including a Capitol Police officer, died amid the chaos. Well, we know that one woman died from being shot by Capitol Police. One police officer was struck and died. We do not have the death results for the others. Were they trampled? Would they have other medical conditions that were exacerbated? We do not know. We don't know. And in a crowd that size, look, you go on a cruise. If you go on a cruise, somebody dies every cruise. They do, just because they're old. But anyway, Waters voted with the other House Democrats and 10 Republicans on January 13th to impeach Trump for inciting insurrection. While arguing for Trump to be impeached last month, the Congresswoman said she was locked in her office while rioters roamed through the Capitol, and added that because I took on this president early, I called for his impeachment early, I've been threatened time and time again. Maybe to lock you up because you're crazy, but I don't know exactly how many people were harmed from Waters and her rhetoric. Crazy broad. After years of delays in federal review, construction on the planned $500 million Obama Presidential Center will begin later this year in Chicago. And the library will feature only books written by Obama, about Obama. Because that's what he does. That's all he knows. I'm going to write about me because I like me. And that's what Obama does. And that's all that's going to be in his library, I'm sure. There you go. He's pointing to it. Creep. The largely privately financed construction is expected to take about 4 years to complete, with taxpayers expected to pick up the tab for an estimated $174 million in related roadway changes. The planned project has faced complaints from residents in the city's South Side neighborhood who've argued that the facility, to be composed of a public library and other features, would displace some of the area's black residents. But it's okay because he's a black president, and he can displace black people. President Joe Biden's approval rating is below 50% in a new national poll, though more people still think he's doing a good job than those who don't. According to Quinnipiac University survey conducted January 28th through February 1st and released on Wednesday, 49% of Americans say they approve of the job the president's doing so far, with 36% saying they disapprove his performance. 16% are unsure. Several Republican lawmakers ripped Biden administration climate czar John Kerry on Wednesday after Fox News reported former Secretary of State flew on a private jet in 2019 to accept an award for climate leadership in Iceland. Here he is. They asked him about it. Let me find this clip here. Get rid of Bummer. He is at this to accept this award for his work in climate change. Listen to this.
On that issue, pollution, I understand that you came here with a private jet. Is that an environmental way to travel?
If you offset your carbon, it's the only choice for somebody like me who is traveling the world to win this battle. I negotiated the Paris Accords for the United States. I've been involved in this fight for years. I negotiated with President Xi to bring President Xi to the table so we could get Paris. And I believe...
And you did such a great job at that, by the way.
Time it takes me to get somewhere. I can't sail across the ocean. I have to fly to meet with people and get things done. But what I'm doing almost full time is working to win the battle of climate change. And in the end, if I offset and contribute my life to do this, I'm not going to be put on the defensive.
Oh, so here you go. Because he's dedicated his life to climate change, he's dedicating his time and his effort, and he's such an important person. It's okay. That offsets his carbon footprint. These people are, and I'm not going to be shamed for that. I'm not going to be put on the defensive because of that, because I'm dedicating my efforts to save the planet, and I can burn some fuel on a private jet. No, I can't fly on a commercial line. I have to have a private jet because I am that important. Back off, man. Oh, the arrogance. Yep, it is sickening. But you're going to see more of it. You better get used to it. I don't have time for Rand Paul's thing. Mark Elias, the election lawyer who represented Democratic challenges to the state rules throughout the 2020 election, alleged in a court filing this week that a close congressional race in upstate New York was marred by what? Faulty voting machines. Republicans have been vilified for making similar claims about the 2020 presidential race. In the congressional race for New York's 22nd district, Claudia Tenney currently leads incumbent Democratic Anthony Brindisi by a razor-thin margin of 125 votes. Tenney declared victory on Tuesday though challenges continue. In a legal filing Monday requesting a manual audit of the election, Elias, whose Perkins Cole law firm is representing Brindisi, argued that there were substantial errors and irregularities in the conduct of the election. Substantial errors and irregularities in the conduct of the election. Citing alleged discrepancies between votes counted by hand and votes counted by ballot machines, Elias argued that the error rate extrapolated across the entire district could mean that thousands of votes were improperly counted by machines. He also complained about procedural faults with the conduct of the voting process, alleged failures to comply with New York State election law. Are you hearing this? It's like I'm in a Twilight Zone episode. In this case, there's reason to believe that voting tabulation machines misread hundreds, if not thousands, of valid votes as undervotes, and that these tabulation machine errors disproportionately affected Brindisi. In addition, Oswego County admitted in a sworn statement to this count that its tabulation machines were not tested and calibrated in the days leading up to the November 3rd, 2020 general election, as required by state law, and necessary to ensure that the counts generated by tabulation machines are accurate. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss.
It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
Mm-hmm. It is a madhouse. What in God's name? Well, you can't do that because there were errors with the voting machines. Are you hearing what they're saying? When it would work to their favor, the voting machines were bad. Now, look at it this way. If it had been Donald Trump, because they did this in the 2016 election, remember? It was Russia collusion. It was somebody else tampered with the voting machines. That's what they said. That's what they said. That's what they said. But when Trump loses, you can't ask a question about the voting machines. But here again in New York, there's questions about the voting machines because a Democrat was adversely affected. The same thing that the Trump people are saying and being shut down for. These morons in New York are using to their benefit. Yeah, Sharon, they know that they're the problem. They know that they're the problem. For the love of God, help me. 850-771-0049. I am going to do this Rand Paul story. Rand Paul heavily pressed President Joe Biden's nominee for Secretary of Education on Wednesday, seeking a clear answer on Miguel Cardona's position on the topic of biologically male transgender athletes competing in girls' sports. And let me find that video. Here you go. Watch this.
Civil rights sent a letter to Connecticut saying that boys can't compete with girls in sports, or
So
they
what's
shouldn't be
happening
forced
here?
to allow boys to compete in girls'
What's
sports.
happening
If you're confirmed, will you enforce that Office of Civil Rights opinion?
Hello, Senator. Thank you for the question. I understand that there are a lot of concerns about that. If confirmed, it's my responsibility and my privilege to make sure that we're following our civil rights of all students. And that includes activities that they may engage in high school or in athletics.
What do you think in general about boys running in girls' track meets like they've been doing in Connecticut?
I think that it's critically important that education systems and educators respect the rights of all students, including students who are transgender, and that they are afforded the opportunities that every other student has to participate in extracurricular activity.
Does it bother you?
Well, if we have, let's just do it this way. Because if you have boys' sports and girls' sports, they don't want to participate in the boys' sports. Well, and the girls don't want to participate in the girls' sports because they're winning. And I'm not blaming them because it's unfair. That's why there are boys' sports and girls' sports. That's the reason. So why not have transgender sports? Oh no, you can't do that because they identify as girls. They are allowed to be in the participate in the group that they identify with. So absolutely stupid.
Like the top 20% of boys running in track meets beat all of the girls in the state, and that it, would be, completely destroy girls' athletics. The girls are being pushed out. If they don't make the finals in the state meet, they don't get college scholarships, that it's really detrimental to girls' sports. Do you worry about having boys running girls' track meets?
I recognize and appreciate the concerns and the frustrations that are expressed. As Commissioner of Education, have had conversations with families who have felt the way you just described it, and families of students who are transgender. So I understand that this is a challenge. I look forward to working with you and others to.
Do you think it's fair to have boys running in the girls' track meet?
I think it's appropriate I think it's the legal responsibility of schools to provide opportunities for students to participate in activities, and this includes students who are transgender.
So you don't have a problem?
So he's not answering the question, but he is answering the question by not answering the question. What he's saying is, yeah, we're gonna support this. Now, all the girls in these sports where there's transgendered, if they put transgendered on the team, or if there's a transgender race, we're not running. We're not playing until they're out. We're not having anything to do with it. You don't have a team if we're not here. And because they're part of it, we are not. Bye. And that's what you do. You get them out, or we're not playing. And be done with it. Be done with it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. This happened on Saturday Night Live. Now, I know nobody watched it. I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it in decades. It's just not funny. Not funny. So, but here is a clip from Saturday night. And this got a little uncomfortable. Check this out.
Biden signed an executive order repealing Trump's ban on transgender people serving in the military. Fortunately, yeah, it's good news. It's good news, except Biden is calling the policy "Don't ask, don't tuck," which is not good news. Whatever.
It got a little uncomfortable. And they may have to kind of walk that one back. Willie says, that would be nice, but coach don't have the power to strike or not participate. No, but, well, they may, but the athletes can. The athletes say, we're not doing this. Girl athletes, female athletes, you know what? If there's transgenders in it, we're not playing. There you go, coach. There you go, school. We're done. And if it harms the sports program, that's your choice. And that's what they need to do, is we are not participating. So you can have your transgender sports, whatever you want. We're not playing. And that will stop it. That will stop it. Yeah. Man, the team can do it, and they should. The kids have the power to say no, and the parents should help them say, you know what, we're not doing it, and we're writing a letter to the school. 850-771-0049. Oh, we are rapidly running out of time. I got tons of stuff. Lori Lightfoot, this woman is absolutely the weirdest woman ever. Who only got the job because she's a black lesbian woman. That's it. She blamed former President Donald Trump on Tuesday for the impasse blocking students from returning to in-person learning in the Windy City. It's Donald Trump's fault. The vast majority of Chicago students who attend the city schools, nearly 400,000 in all, have not received in-person instruction since schools were closed at the beginning of the pandemic last spring. But it's not because the city hasn't attempted to reopen schools. Kindergarten through 8th grade were scheduled to return to in-person learning on Monday, but it didn't happen because Chicago Teachers Union has refused to agree to the city's plan. And the city has caved to the union. The union claims in-person learning remains unsafe for students and staff because of COVID-19, despite the city spending more than $100 million to make the schools safe. So, Lori Lightfoot, she said it's incompetence with the vaccine rollout. It's a very difficult situation, and we're in it still because of the incompetence of the previous administration. So I think it's important for both sides to come to the table in good faith, recognize that we're trying to do work through a very challenging situation, but we must get the deal done, Lightfoot said. It's Donald Trump's fault. You got a vaccine in record time. I do want to throw this out. This is interesting, and you're going to love this. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention now says that teachers do not need to receive the COVID-19 vaccines before schools can safely reopen. Teachers' unions across the country, including in places such as Los Angeles and Chicago, have balked at the idea of teachers returning to the classrooms without proper precautions in place, including vaccinations. According to the Wednesday report from the CNBC, newly appointed CDC Director Rochelle Walensky says that teachers do not need to be vaccinated against COVID-19 before schools can reopen. Now, why do you think this is? Now, why do you think where the problem is? Let me tell you why they're now saying teachers don't need to be vaccinated to get the schools reopened. They wanted the schools, the Democrats needed the schools to be shut down. The Democrats needed that as part of getting Joe Biden elected because it's Trump's fault. And they had to get the schools shut down. Parents go, we got to hear something about it. Joe Biden said, hey, I'll get the schools open. So like, yay, Joe Biden. And so they got Joe Biden in. And now the teachers union, they made everybody scared. And the teachers union said, we can't go back to school. It's dangerous. And now they're like, no. It's okay. You don't need to have the vaccine. And now they're getting pushback. And I'm telling you right now, that is exactly the issue. That's exactly the issue. They are losing now because they thought they could just open it back up. Joe Biden is here. The fear is gone. Our new CDC people are like, it's okay. It's okay. Kids, you won't catch it at school. You don't need the vaccine. Get back to school. Joe Biden's in office. Everything's good. Right? Right? That's what's going on. Make no mistake about this. That is what is at issue. And now they can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I'm telling you this. The liberals and the progressives are absolutely the dumbest people on the face of the blasted earth. You want to know why? Because they can't think down the road. They can't think and understand that there are ramifications for every decision. And so because they don't think it out, it bites them every time. It bites them every daggone time. And now they can't get the toothpaste back in the tube. They're stupid. Democrats are stupid. Just look at AOC. Just look at Ilhan Omar. Dumb as a bag of hammers. All right, kids. We got to get out of here. It is Thursday. You have a blessed, wonderful day. God willing, we'll be back again tomorrow. If Facebook doesn't throttle us, they've been killing us. Facebook. Share it, spread it. Let everybody know where to find it on Milton Post and now on YouTube Live. If you look for it on YouTube Live, it's Sunrise Santa Rosa with Nick Stewart - the Milton Post, and you can watch it there. All right? All right, kids. We'll see you later. Have a blessed day. Stay strong.